Okay, are we up and running? Yes, we are. Let me just pull you all up on the right screen so that I can actually see what's going on. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon from a sunny England on a Saturday. It's the only chance of the week that I get to do this. Some of you may notice that I did a live stream last night, but there was a bit of a lag, so I apologise for that, and it's now been deleted. So I'm going to quickly cover what I did on that live stream because you're not able to see it right now, and then we'll jump straight into the challenge of the day. So, firstly, you're going to need to know about the challenge, overarching thing that I'm doing here. So the rules of engagement, a little bit of context is that I've built several businesses over the last 10 years. My first being an e-commerce business, which I started in my university room when I was 20 years old. We built that for about 7 years to become an ASOS.com partnered brand. I moved on from that business about 3 years ago to help other startups kind of do the same thing. I built a software company, and now I consider myself a bit of a marketing growth specialist in the startup space. So I've decided to test my own growth framework and build an e-commerce business from scratch using the exact framework that I've designed and tested with other clients. Just mainly so that I can, well, firstly, prove that it absolutely works. Secondly, help people along the same journey as me whilst following the framework so that they can fully understand and help through with any blockers or barriers they're having. But also just to keep my skills sharp, because it's been, as I said, 10 years since I built my first e-commerce business. A lot has changed. There's a lot I need to learn again. Obviously, I'm pretty hands-on with my clients, but it's never the same as you just doing it yourself. So excellent, we'll jump into the rules of engagement of this challenge. So I have a max budget of £100 per month to build this business. I already work about, 40 hours is understating it a bit, per week on my other projects. So I have 4 or 5 maybe now different roles, own different businesses, work with different companies. So it's essentially like the equivalent of me building this around a full-time job, hence why it's a Saturday afternoon. I'm optimizing this whole project to build a long-term brand so that I can exit it one day and sell to somebody else. I'm not just going to pump a bunch of traffic onto a trending product and try and reach 10k, because that's no use to anybody. I guess it might be use to somebody, but it's no use to my audience and what I want to achieve. So this means it's going to take a little bit longer than the former option. So yeah, keep that in mind. This isn't going to be done over the next few weeks, unfortunately. I will consider this project a success if we get to 10k monthly revenue, as long as it doesn't sacrifice, as long as we don't have 10k outgoings or even more. If we're in profit and 10k monthly revenue, I'd say that this was a successful project. I'm not allowed to use any of my current platforms or audiences to get customers. You may have seen on my YouTube, I don't exactly have a large audience. On my LinkedIn, I've got a decent sized audience. On my Instagram, it's okay. There's ways that I could push traffic to a new company, as I always do when I get involved with a new company, but I'm not going to use those because that would be cheating. I need to put myself in the shoes of somebody going through my framework or our framework for the first time. And also, I'm not allowed to use any of my old suppliers or contacts, so I can't just call somebody to fix a problem. There may be times where I lean on some people that I know to do certain specific things, like I'm not going to get a whole new accountant just because it fits the challenge. That's just a nightmare. I like my accountant. Let's just stick with that. So yeah, there's the rules of engagement. Budget spend per month. So far, I've spent £1 on Shopify, but we will get to that. So we've got £99 in this month less to spend. I'm going to do a quick overview from the start of the series. I've started without an idea, by the way. It's not that I've come in here with a product idea or anything, starting from pure scratch. So the first thing you do in Ecom is decide who you want to serve. You don't start with product, you start with people. So these are all the things that I'm good at, and then I crossed out and read the things that I didn't want to go even further into. I already work startup businesses all day, every day, marketing all day, every day. Don't want to make my life about sobriety. I enjoy outdoor adventure, but don't need to make it work. Property invested, that's just a money-making scheme. Fitness, something I love to do, and I am happy to make it work to a certain extent. So I've decided to dive into my love of fitness. Specifically, I came up with the exact target segment of science-based lifters or evidence-based lifters, and then I run some data on that kind of group of people and why that community would be good to target or bad to target. So there is some good, there is some bad in red here, so we'll tackle that as we go. It's never going to be perfect. Then we went down, because I'm a marketer, jumped straight into the perfect customer avatar. Key factors about this perfect person helps us to understand this next section coming up. But what do they want? What are their pain points? What are their demographics, etc. Just so that I can picture this type of person that I'm going to be trying to sell product to and build a community around. Luckily, I'm within this community, so I have access to these people, me being one of them, my friends being the other, and so it's always helpful when you start a new business. Founder idea fit is a phrase that you may have heard before. It's the idea that you are the right person to build this business. It's quite an important kind of factor, especially for investors. It's one of the key factors that investors will actually look at when deciding to invest in people. It's one of the core, if there's great founder idea fit, they're more likely to invest in it. Not that I'm going for investment in this business, but there's a reason that they look for that, because your chances of success are higher. You know the space, you know what you're doing, you know how to reach these people, you know the problems. It's just that is most of the battle. Okay, so that then allowed us to move on to a bullseye marketing framework. If you haven't seen one of these before, it's what us marketers use. There's 19 traction channels around the edge. That is, every single marketing strategy fits into one or several of these. Some of them are kind of umbrella terms, so it's not like super specific, but I have been working in marketing for somewhere between 4 and 10 years. Can't really quantify it. And I've never ran a marketing strategy that doesn't fit into these 19, and I have tried. So all of them, all your options on the outside, then you move the ones that make sense for your perfect customer avatar into the next ring, and then we come back a little later. So we've decided who we want to sell to. Now we need to start to think about what we want to sell. So we do that by fixing people's pain points. If there's no pain points, it's a lot of a harder sale. That doesn't apply across all business, but if you want higher chance of success, it's a great place to start. So I listed all the pain points I could possibly think of. I spoke to some friends. I asked ChatGPT, define my customer avatar perfectly, and we jumped into it. And then I started tracking them on this matrix. So if it's common, goes to the top. If it's rare, at the bottom. If it's mild pain point, all the way to the left, and it's a painful pain point, it's to the right. And so the common and most painful pain points have started to gather up here. I then highlighted in green the one I actually think would work in an e-commerce space, the one that I'm excited about fixing, and I made this problem shortlist. This is where I actually sat on the ideas. Well, I made no action from this point. I sat on these problems, spent a couple of weeks just thinking through them, thinking what maybe I want to apply to some of these problems, and that's when I came up with this solution shortlist. So all those problems shortlist are at the top. Solutions, they're not super specific. Food tastes worse, so calorie-free food or a macro-friendly food that currently isn't, so make something unhealthy healthy. Obviously, these solutions show up a few times across the problems, which is good news. That's a bonus. If you can solve lots of problems with one solution, then that's a win-win-win. Struggling to lose weight, struggling to gain weight, recovery issues. So this is improved sleep, somehow reduce stress, recovery from training, that is. The funnest things in life have calories, so some sort of calorie-free alcohol drug would be a great idea. I'm no chemist, so I thought this probably isn't the right business for me. There's no founder idea fit there. Underwhelming results. I'm not going to be designing legal steroids. Progressive overload tracker, sure, lots of them exist. Gamification of the process, not a bad idea. don't think I could surround a whole business on just that, maybe. A drink to perform better in the gym, pre-workouts, caffeine, etc. Supplements ineffective was the problem here, so personalized supplement stack, some higher dose supplements, evidence-based supplement line. So from all of these, I've had to make a bit of a decision that I'll share with you. There's kind of two options. So when you are looking for the actual business you want to build, a product you want to sell, either you're going to reinvent the wheel and invent something completely new, and there is a pro and a con to that, just as there is to the other option. So the pro to reinventing the wheel is that if you get it right, there is no competition or very little competition for the first period of time until people start to copy you. But the issue there is if you get it right. The likelihood is you're probably going to build a product that nobody wants, you're going to struggle to sell it, you have to spend ages working on your product without getting any revenue in. And then on the reverse side of that, if you were to do the opposite of reinventing the wheel, which would be taking something that is proven but improving it and putting your own spin on it, kind of copy and optimize, if you want to simplify that, then it's the reverse pros and cons. So pros are you absolutely know that people are going to buy this, you don't need to do too much work on your product, but the problem is you're going to be competing with everybody in the world. So you're going to likely get customers much quicker, but scaling is going to be much harder in the long term. So considering this is a 10K per month challenge, although I did say I was optimizing for the long term, but again, I need to do founder idea fit and I need to think about my own skills. And as I said, I'm a marketer, so why not beat competitors on the marketing battlefield rather than beating product designers and chemists on that battlefield, because I'm not going to be able to do that as well. I'm fairly confident that if you gave me a product similar to somebody else, I would be able to market it in such a way that it felt different, it had a strong brand around it, had a community around it, and I would be able to sell that to get us to 10K per month and beyond. So there's my thought process there, and you may have noticed that there's some lines here. Evidence-based supplement line came up quite a lot stronger for some of them, so stronger for supplements ineffective, underwhelming results, recovery issues, not so strong for gaining weight and losing weight, etc. But then I realized, actually, if I go back to this pain matrix, that idea there fixes a lot of these too. So I started to get more and more excited by evidence-based supplement line, which is personalized, both like two solutions morphed into one, which actually solves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the main problems, even though these weren't in the obviously important section. So fixing 9 problems that people might have mean people can come from all sorts of pain point areas, understand why they need this thing, and then more likely to purchase this thing. So that is the route that I'm going down for now. I will caveat this. I'm sorry, I just got a warning that my bit rate's too high. Let me pull it down. Oh no, it's working fine. What are you telling me that for then, YouTube? Why are you complaining at me? Okay, so I will caveat this whole thing with there's where my idea is at now, but I'm not emotionally invested to this idea. If things change, things will change. I'm going to just happily move with the data. I'm going to test this as an MVP in its current state. I'm going to make loads of risky assumptions along the way. Some assumptions being that the evidence-based community aren't happy with their current supplement suppliers. Personalized supplement stack, they're not happy to find out what's right for them themselves. There's a worry that maybe they quite enjoy the research and they don't want somebody else to do it for them, etc., etc. So these are the risky assumptions that I'm going to be trying to de-risk, either prove right or wrong. If they're wrong, we just make changes. If they're right, that's great. We double down on that point. So this is where I got a bit excited. I got ahead of myself here and I started to draw up what their website might look like, some heading tests, some pages that would be included. This is where I came up with the idea of a subscription. So more and more in e-commerce nowadays, subscriptions and repeat purchases are becoming more and more important because marketing costs are going up. So you have to spend more per eyeball every single year that rolls past, and I don't see that stopping. Obviously, there's ways of you getting cheaper marketing if you find the right channel, but in general, the costs are going up. So to acquire new people all the time is becoming quite difficult as an e-commerce business and expensive and eating into margins. So that's why you may have noticed that a lot of people are going into subscriptions. It doesn't work for like clothing brands and things, but Amazon, for example, are always pushing on subscriptions. So it makes perfect sense in this context that if you're getting a personalized supplement stack, it wouldn't be a one-off thing, it would be a subscription. So then I started to think about the community aspect that I mentioned earlier and the subscription and how that might work. So how do we make people feel involved in the company? It's very important for people to feel a connection with your brand. And I came up with some ideas where once they're on the subscription, it automatically signs them up to the community, where there'd be like a community page, forum, whatever it is. But also on each product page, they could upvote or downvote each product according to the studies and the research that we've attached on that product page, which is backing up the reason that we've got the product in the first place. And then if it ever gets to too much thumbs down, then we can make a change and we could listen to the community and say that's not right. Also, we can use this community for taste tests, new product ideas. They can just be interactive, they can feel involved, and they can make real decisions that actually affect the future of the business, which people love nowadays in community. Okay. Yeah, there we go, community function. You will still be able to buy these products, I think, at the start individually, just to get some sales across the line. Getting people to commit to a supplement company they've never heard of straight off the bat is a lot harder than just them testing it out once. Some potential product lists. I have to do some more research on this. I'm not a chemist, as I said. I'm in the evidence-based community, but I mean, supplements aren't really my specialist subject. So the founder idea fit is a little bit weak on that point, but you can't have it perfect throughout. So I've just written things that I think I would want to research. So caffeine, pre-workout without caffeine. I can't actually drink much caffeine, so that would be great for me. Obviously protein powders, creatine monohydrate in different forms. This is where it starts to get a bit sketchy. Ashwagandha, ginseng, shilajit, don't know. Nootropics do have evidence behind them, whether they're going to be accepted by a lifting community. Magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, this is all because there was a study I read a while ago about a deficiency in one of these three things reduces your testosterone by some large amount. I don't remember the number, so I'm not going to share it with you. So that also could help with the sleep, the recovery side of things. Magnesium's good for sleep. All these things are good for your overall health in general. And I also thought about like a monthly newsletter. I wouldn't want to write this myself, but maybe there's a company out in the world already who does kind of evidence-based lifting newsletters, magazines, whatever it is. They send it to you each month. That'd be great if we could find a partner to get that on our system. So they can buy it for money individually, or they could get it free with a subscription, depending on how much it ended up costing us. So throwing some ideas at a wall here. Website. MVP to-do list. So this is, hopefully we all know what an MVP is by now. It's a minimum viable product. So the cheapest and easiest way to test and validate a business without spending too much money. And as I've only got £100 a month to do this challenge, MVP is essential. So this is the task that I'm working through at the moment, essentially. Finding a customer channel using this bullseye, where's it gone? Using this bullseye marketing framework. These are the channels I've decided to focus on so far. Social and display ads, not going to get very far on £99 left each month. Community building and existing platforms will be a big one. So selling product elsewhere, pulling them to ours. Maybe offline ads for the future. I've golded these because these are the ones that I have the energy to actually and time to focus on. Can't win at everything, but these are backups. There's lots of other kind of backups in the sales. Maybe we could go B2B and find gyms to sell it for us. SEO should be dragged in there, Joel, absolutely. You can't miss that one out. Yeah, I'm going to gold that as well, but that will definitely be something that we're focusing on. Yeah, content marketing. I make a lot of content throughout my week. I need a bit of a break from that. So hopefully I'll keep it away from content for now. It's also a bit of a long-term strategy, and we can't go too much on long-term strategies. Okay, so yeah, find a customer channel. Build version 1 of a website. It ain't going to be pretty, but it's going to be nice and quick. Source first products. So this MVP, because we've only got £100, I can't manufacture my own product line. So I'm going to have to, I've had a long think about this and I've gone through the various types of MVPs there are, but I'm going to go for a dropship MVP. So I'm going to find other people's supplement lines, and if they are evidence-based, include their products on our website. So I'm starting to build this community around this marketplace of other people's products. I'm not going to make much money on each sale at all, but I am going to validate the idea so that if I start to get like 100 sales a month or whatever, then I will know that if I was to replace their supplement with our personal, actual branded, manufactured supplement, I'm probably going to get about 100 orders a month still, unless it's the brand that's pulling them. There's a risky assumption. But so that's kind of the process we're going to go through. And so today, moving on, we got to build a Shopify website. And this isn't where I've started. I know this is where most people jump straight into, but you saw all the research that I'd done beforehand, just jumping straight into building a Shopify website. I really appreciate the fact that you're eager and you're getting straight into it, but I think you might end up, you're much more likely to build the wrong thing without having thought through that whole process. And it could harm you in the long run if you dive straight into it. Sorry, it's a boiling day today, so I'm drinking a lot of water. Right, no orders, that's a shame. I haven't made the website yet, that's why. So I want this theme library continuing on from, yes, let's publish that. Cool. Let's remove the password. Loading speed, I haven't done anything yet. Let's see what branding I got up to. I made a bit of a rubbish logo on Canva. Didn't spend any money on Canva. And got some colour ideas flowing, so blue and grey, although now I look back at them today, I actually don't like them very much. Let's go through the theme settings. Cool, already uploaded, that's good. Favicon uploaded, let's make that a bit bigger. It's quite small. Cool. Colours. Background. Yes, white, background gradient, text black, solid button background. Let's pull this up again. 143166. Okay. Solid button label, outline button. I kind of need an accent to be honest, but we will get into that later. 97A7B3. Oh, are these my... No, it's not. 97A7B3. Yeah. Weird. Store, science, subscription. Turns out I've already done that. Don't remember doing that. We are using a Mont font, I believe. Yes, good. And I think it's probably about semi-bold. Let me have a look at that. That'll do. 125. The body, we need to go for something a bit cuter. Easier and nicer to read. What, just generic sans serif? Let me get a bit further on that. Cabin looks nice. Does it? Is that cabin up there? Oh, no, that's too weak. So this whole time I'm branding, thinking about my perfect customer avatar. So they are a 25 to 35-year-old male in UK towns and cities with above average intelligence apparently. They're competitive, they're not got much time because they work hard. They spend time on these platforms. Okay, I'm in the zone. Let's go for... Yeah, that is a bit more serious. Let's select Chivo. I've done Chivo. Knock that one tiny bit bigger. Let's not that one tiny bit smaller. Page width, let's not mess with that. Horizontal space. Right, hover effect. Let's do a 3D lift, why not? Where am I? What am I hovering for a 3D lift? A? FX cards hover reveal sections on screen. Well, show it to me then. Stupid. Oh, a bit of a caveat. I've built tons of websites on WordPress. I've only ever built a few on Shopify, and it was quite a while ago. Hence why you might see me looking around for my deactivate inspector. Open sidekick. What's that? Oh, AI bot. Nah, thanks. Anyway, let's 3D lift. Okay. Yeah, shadow, yeah. Sure, vertical opacity. Let's pump that up. Beautiful. You want to separate those buttons from the background a little bit. Right, I'll come back to these. Save. Some sections. So I'm going to pull up my little drawing, shitty drawing on paper over here. Dun, 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 dun. This is what it looks like. It was actually more like that. So I've got 3 icons in the top, central logo, 3 ... dots, and then a big image. So I'm going to need to find that big image first, unless I saved one on my Google Drive the other day, which I might have. Turns out I didn't. Nope, okay. So let's go for, I've got a free image place because I'm not paying for nothing. I'm well good at being cheap. Remote work is what I last typed in. So, I mean, classic gym related. Let's see how specific we can get on this website. No, scientists. Should have seen that one coming. Oh, it's like every single supplement store ever. It's quite a good image, actually. Whoever took that. Let's go for free so I don't look at all the nice premium ones. So I want something not too distracting in reality. Something a bit action-packed, maybe. That's a little bit too military with his outfit. A bit homoerotic. Oh, cool flames, bro. This might be a bit more realistic. Feels a bit more like... So I want to include a picture of somebody who fits the avatar perfectly, and this guy kind of does. He's on the older end, but it'll take some editing, I think. I want to darken up the backgrounds. It's too cluttered. Yeah, it's too cluttered. And that's too simplistic. At least I got some good options on here. I can't complain about these options. That's quite dramatic and cool. I'm thinking about, while I'm looking for these, where would I put my H1s and H2s as well? So, headings on the actual hero image. So this would be good if I flipped it over. Let's download largest possible. Going to be way too big for my website, but I will be testing lots of these, but you don't want to watch me choose a ton of them right now. So looking back at that, it's just a full image. I don't want to add a section in either directions. I just want to, all right. Header, template, what's this? Right, let's add a hero. Hopefully they still call it hero. They don't. image banner. Or a video would be even better. The pixels do videos. That would search by... They do videos. Always go for video. I don't always go for videos. That was just a thing that I said. Can't be combat because that'll get confusing. We're targeting mainly. It's kind of cool. Shame they don't fit my avatar. Maybe I quite like that. Okay. Oh, no, he's got boxing gloves again. That's quite good because it's a bit sciencey, but I don't actually like that. I haven't found the perfect one yet. This is quite good because he's actually ingesting something. Oh yeah, I'll mention the author. So there's a hero image test. I'll keep that one for the future. But reality, is this the first? No, this is a good one. Yeah, cool, I like that. So we are gonna go straight into adding a video. Actually uploading a video to your website and making it play isn't the best of ideas, by the way. But sometimes it has to be done. Is that in your shot? Might be. Oh, come on then. Let's think about what I want to get done next. The menu in the right place. Okay, we don't want a title. Yes, we want to loop the video. I will add alt text at some point. Always good to add alt text for SEO reasons. Color scheme, padding, nothing. Bottom, nothing. Can I push this underneath the heading section? I'm sure I can. Sticky header. Top center. No, not top center. Middle center. Sorry. That's good. Main menu, yeah, menu type drop down, sticky header, separate a line. Right, no, not separate a line. Well, I want it to be see-through at least. I mean, you have to click play to make it play. Is the question. Maybe it needs to be a GIF. It might need to be a GIF, but I'll come to that. I'll fix that later. Let's crack on. Header. So if I add a block, add a section into the header, custom liquid announcement bar. Let's see what a custom liquid does. Right. Thought so. Okay, revert back to this. I need those 3 in the top corner. Oh, it's already done for me. I do not want an announcement bar. I don't like announcement bars. I need a big heading and a thing over the top of this. I maybe shouldn't have added it as a video. Image banner, slideshow, collage multi, blog post page. Fits with the colours. So we'll go middle right. Let's send container. Not a container. Good shout. Let's stack it right. Ah, mobile layout, sorry. Alignment right. Cool. Animation. What's ambient movement? Ah, that's ambient. Zoom in on scroll. No. Fix background position. Oh, right. Ambient movement is fine by me. Let's go for large. Cool. Overlay opacity. So we've already got these kind of written up because I thought of some headings. Let's think about H1. Nutrition for evidence-based athletes. Exclusively science-backed supplements. Evidence-based supplements and nothing else. I don't really like that last one. Nutrition isn't right. That sounds too much like food. Evidence. It's fun once you get into it, isn't it? Join our community. Optimal. That is a word that's thrown around a lot. Not sure about the full stop I've just picked up, but it kind of needs to be capitals all the way along. Evidence-based supplements for so we got some CTAs. What supplements are right for me? I was going to design a quiz. Just realised I've removed the text. Right, I'll just sort something out for that then. Yes, it's a heading, but can I please change? Why is it taking me so far away to edit some code? Image banner padding. I don't code, by the way, before you start abusing me. I'm just looking to see if I can see a colour. Testimonials will be the next section, but we don't have any, so we're going to have to crack on to bundle products, hero products. Very hard when you don't have. Okay, let's see what next section there are. I'll just collar. Oh, that's close actually. Multi-column, multi-row. No, collage is very close. I know there's going to need to be some apps that I download. Yeah, we'll go for a collage then. So why are we titling everything like that? Let's just not title everything. So this needs to be some. Could it be smaller? That's pretty big. Layout, large block first, large block, heading size medium. Style all as product cards. Yep. Padding. Yeah, we'll keep that, it's fine. So boom boom, and then I would actually put a CTA, so I would put the large block last. Yeah. So big, cool. Bundle there, hero product there, and a CTA here, which actually shows second image on hover. Oh yeah, definitely. Nice. Can I do that with all of them? Nope. That's because it's a collection, so let's go for a CTA. Rich text might be what I'm looking for. Slideshow's a bit. Can I go for a small banner? So can I put my image banner? No. Take our quiz. I can do that. So I'm going to do a scorecard or a score app or whatever they're called, if you know what I'm talking about, everyone. Featured collection, add section. Yes, a rich text, I would say. Can't deny that. Take our quiz. What is right for you? Let's fancy that a little bit up. Personalize your supplement stack. That is not how you spell supplement. Your optimal supplement stack. Quite like the outline style if it showed a bit more, but we'll get to that. Subscribe to our emails. Why are they going to do that? How our products work is what's next. So that looks like a tile with 4 tiles underneath. Probably this one, but it would be. You alright? What's up? Alright. sorry, I keep doing that. It's not quite this though, I don't want... Ooh. Yeah, alright, Nemi. What do you want? Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to go feed my cat. Right. How our products work? To be honest, I don't know how our products work yet. So, next section. Join our community. There's going to be some gifts involved, isn't there? Influence Proof Plus by joining the community and learning from others. Haven't even got any free gifts, but hopefully I will. Right, we're getting somewhere with it. I need some more imagery. So I'm going down the first route, which is this. So it's blue, grey background. Although maybe I should go video at the bottom. Can I do video in that section actually? Image 1. No, they don't want to help me out with my video stuff. That's a bit happy over the top, isn't it? I do want something, that's too forced, something that looks natural. Are these AI? They are AI. I can see it from a mile off. This is good. Right, colours. Happy. If I was doing this properly, I should probably add meta tags, etc. to these SEO images. But that is not a first day job, that's to get it all up at once. Well, for me, I like to work like that. I'm sure some people don't. Because I'll get a ChatGPT up to just make me all the right metadata for each one. See how happy they are. You better be happy. You're happy, but I can't see your faces. Now I think I actually much prefer this vibe, community-based, etc., more than this, which is a bit bro-y, but we'll continue. So that is, let's just start naming things. Can I not name it? Oh, for goodness sake. Join community, CTA Trustpilot, that comes under the quiz. Let's add some more social proof in here. See what the Shopify App Store's got nowadays. Sales channel, selling products, store design, that's where I'm at. Landing page builder. What have you got in here? Scroll announcement bar. I hate those. Trust badges, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's great, cool. Scrolling text, again, I hate those. Circle menu, right. Video banner, thank you. Is this what I needed right at the top? Oh, that's great, video banner's great. Different FAQs, different lots of things. Yeah, I'll have that. Better have been free. Free to install. Free to install, and then they'll try and sell you some shit, I'm sure. Yeah. Wah, wah. So now if I go to my online store, I let it refresh, let's save this. Oh, I just realised live. Oh, I don't mean to click YouTube Studio. We're live right now. We're editing the live one. So let's add a section. There are more sections I can choose from. Do I have to go? I've installed that. I've done that, streaming. Oh, right. £9 per section. Right, can I filter by free? I want that video hero. I'm not spending $9. That's cool. That's good. I like that. Keeping that one for later. Oh, come on now. Storefront sections. Oh, sorry, bro, I don't care. If you don't have an active shop, you can build your entire store for free and only start paying once you started live. Right. Sorry, I've had to do some learning on the Shopify App Store. It's been a while since I've used Shopify. Enable the app embed in theme editor. App embeds. Get at him. Alright, back to here. Let's create a section. Before and after image, no. No interest in circle menus. Let's go with video because that's what I actually want. Video hero with text. 1, 2, or 3. We are 1. Add the theme. Okay. Weird that that's at the top, but okay. Unless the other one wasn't. Yeah, big, small, smaller. Okay. No idea. Anyway, it's fine. Maybe I just need to swap those around, although I do want them measuring as the header. That can be small. And I can change the subheading size. I get it. Oh, there's a whole other section. So we'll put that in there. That's lower. And I don't want anything here, but I do want something here. But there. So heading size, we want That's better. I like this. Right, let's pick some other things. What didn't I like looking down this? So firstly, you can go image banner bin. Collage, actually that worked perfectly, that's exactly what I needed. Video bin, rich text, maybe. I didn't like that. I wanted I don't actually want a collections list. I don't want a countdown. A logo list would be quite good yeah. For the dropship, for now, we could put logo lists in. Don't want it rounded like that. I'll have it like this. Install. Just checking we're still on stream. Yeah. Did I need to do anything else? Installed. I need to save and refresh, apparently. Sorry. Bad ASMR there. So we want there's 19, good. Lego list, that's what we want. That's great. All right, we need that just underneath. Boom. Clean. Let's not tell people what's going on. Nah, maybe they need to. People need explaining. Trusted. No, everything's capitalized on this. Trusted suppliers. This would be an H2 and it's a lot smaller. And it is centered. No. Show logo border. No. Image ratio. Sure, lazy load images. Why not? It is a bit see-through, right? Opacity, thickness, corner radius. Oh yeah, then we were going to do a trust pilot widget of sort. Well, that's a weird thing happening up on my screen. Can you see that? Right. Search trust. Yeah, trust badges. So yeah, that's a product page trust badge. It's actually not what I want. That'll be good in the future, but it's not what we good. Yeah, you're right. What did our footer look like? Rubbish. We need a footer. Hey. What are you doing? No, you can't sit there. No. No. Ow. Right, calm down. Get off me. You've come in here and you caused a fucking riot, bro. Seems to be that save and refreshing is the only thing that makes this move forward. Still not. Oh, it's because it's in the wrong section, obviously. My bad. Sure. So I will hide that for now. Anything else I want while I'm there to really beef it up? Custom cursor. Sure, what are the normal FAQs like? We do need some FAQ. This will be quicker to make because it's already in the place. We don't need any more of that. Let's install. Let's just make up some frequently asked questions. Oh, there's little icons. Huh? fact, let's make this easy. How do I view this? And I'm going to do a quick little ChatGPT situation. Yeah, okay. For speed reasons, let's just listen. Can't put great question because I've written that question and everyone knows it. Nice. No, let's not add more. Let's just move on to the next one. What makes it yeah, ChatGPT is asking the right questions. Always remember to take out your M dashes, those long dashes from ChatGPT, otherwise it's very clear to everybody that that's who's written your copy. Only ChatGPT uses them. All very experienced writers, but unfortunately for them, they're going to have to stop. With the subscription, you save money and get smarter. You receive your personalised stack each month, access to a private voting system to help shape the group, and get free samples of experiment. Plus, newsletter access and community perks. ChatGPT is great at this. How does the voting system work? Every product page shows real-time votes so you can see what the community is loving or not. New products get a fair chance at launch. Don't think we need a medal. It's just distracting. Nice, that was a quick set of... Let's keep going down this route because ChatGPT is making my life easy. Oh, where'd it go? What is it about? How our products work. Subscription. Take the quiz, get your monthly stack. Join the community. Nice. Yeah, I actually think trusted suppliers needs to be way lower because it's confusing. Not that though. It's weird, there's a button. I think we need to split these up. It's all a bit dense. So I'm going to add a section on science. That's quite good. Just had an idea. we go, it's starting to fill up now. I saw, I think it was under, when I typed in trust, I saw a little thing that I like, this. Maybe at the top, powered by Omni Theme, is that going to be there? Don't want 4 section height, block spacing. I didn't realise it had to rotate, does it? Yeah, also if it has that trademark on watermark, I can't do it. But I want it now, so I'm going to have to go to the App Store. Right, that's bare bones. I have to ignore the little thing for now. How are subscription? I don't like how those two things are next to each other. So the multi-column needs to be there. The personalize, that's rich text, can be right at the bottom. So I don't know why it's got. Separate the images and the text a little bit more. That will all be images rather than text. So, all right. Obviously it looks horrible, but that's a good start. That looks how I wanted it to look without this bit. Fill up. Yeah, all right, fill up. Button style, rounded corners, definitely. Primary button. Just wondering why it's so faded. No, overlay color could be something a bit less. And then that would be 20. That works. Maybe even one more. 10. Cool. Desktop position, center left, custom. Oh, obviously not those colors, but maybe if my first one was and my second one was the grey, and it's actually the other way around. Okay, you get easily distracted, don't you? Yeah, I think that looks slightly better. And then I'll have to change some things, but like, what's the padding on the top for? What's the padding on the bottom for? Same probably with all of them. I want padding, but I don't want it white. Why is there a black line? Full width, colour scheme. Doesn't say anywhere there'd be a black line. Maybe there is. I just changed my mind 100 times over. Maybe I don't like the overlay. Anyway, save, home. What was that? Hour and a half session on the home page. Let's create some other pages. It's not right. So 4 pages, what happens in preferences? Yeah, we need some of that. We definitely need all of that, all of that. Oh, there you go. And there's the hover happening. How our subscription works. Way too bunched up together, but right, I might actually call it a bit of a day there. It's coming up to the evening. I've got a public speaking thing to do. Essentially, this is what it's going to be for the next probably 4 live streams, is filling this thing out. Once that's all done, we'll revert back to the first bit, which is customer channels. So build V1 website and customer channels we're kind of doing at the same time. I've researched customer channels. I know which ones I want to go for, but I have to build somewhere to send those people to. I'm not going to be spending paid ads. You can absolutely test paid ads without a website to go to, just as a trapdoor, but I'm going to create a website anyway, so why not save them £100 a month for 2 weeks' time when I actually have somewhere to send them, because this isn't going to slow me down too much. Cool. That is it for the day. Ciao.